Come along to Interlaken, one of Switzerland's famous destinations, and ride on the Golden Pass Express. We're spending 8 days riding every panoramic train across Switzerland, stopping in postcard-perfect places along the way. We've just rolled into Interlaken from Lucerne. If you missed that ride, check out our previous video for the full scenic trip. We just got here to the hotel. It was about a 10-minute walk from the train. This city is literally sandwiched between two lakes, with mountains wrapping around it, like nature went all in on the drama. Everywhere I look, paragliders are floating down from the cliffs. At first we thought it was some festival thing, but nope, just Tuesday in Interlaken. Dozens of tandem flights, safety briefings, Swiss precision everywhere. It looks epic, but still, leaping off a perfectly solid mountain, I'd probably freeze halfway to the edge. Look at this bus. The windows are screaming, "I'm clean." The reflection. Wow. Interlaken's small, super walkable, and every hotel, they hand you a free bus pass. You're not going to believe the weather. This is the best weather you could absolutely hope for. And 2 weeks before our trip, when we were planning it, I kept looking at the weather every single day, and it was pouring down rain. All day, every day for the last 2 weeks. I packed raincoats, umbrellas, waterproof shoes, and just pretty much prepared for the worst. And we got here, and even the waiter said, "This is unbelievable. You're the most luckiest couple in the world to be here at this time." And it's so easy to get seduced by weather like this because, well, you take it for granted. You think, I'm here one day and I think it's like this all the time.
What is your first impression of Interlaken?
It's beautiful. Interlaken, what I can't believe is like in a valley and you're surrounded by all these mountains with some snow-capped mountains.
Wow.
They have different percentages from 6% to 40%. Holy moly. Well, you don't have the cookies like you do in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Oh, you have the creams.
The paragliding was about $200 for 1 hour, but the actual ride itself is 20 minutes. The weight limit is 225 pounds. So
220. Is that
220 pounds? 220 pounds?
Yeah.
So you got to be fairly light. Most of the people that are doing it are women. These days.
Man.
These days, young kids are women. Most guys these days are way over 250 pounds.
Cannot do it?
You can't skip the funicular ride. It climbs straight up the mountain, and it rewards you with unreal views over Interlaken and both lakes. The funicular here is no joke. It's steep, like hang on to your seat steep. It climbs the mountain at an angle that feels more roller coaster than a train. You even shoot through a tunnel halfway up, which adds to the drama. The engineering is nuts. Smooth, quiet, and precise. By the time you reach the top, your ears pop, your jaws drop, and you're wondering, how did they ever build this thing? Well, we made it at the top of the funicular, and we are very high. And the views are spectacular. Oh man. We're making our way over there to that landing that's hanging out over the ledge. And we're gonna check it out, but you're so high up, you can see these beautiful snow-capped mountains. But what I can't believe is how blue the sky is. It's beautiful. At the top of Harder Kulm, there's even a restaurant. A perfect spot to grab a beer or hot chocolate and just zone out at that view. And there's the walkway. Wow. The platform juts straight off the cliff. Nothing but air beneath you. Mountains all around. Lakes glimmering below. It's wild, breathtaking, and seriously makes you question Swiss engineering sanity. What a view. How do you suppose those people over there get to their cabins? I don't see a road.
There's a road right here.
Oh, man.
And this goes like that, it goes this way.
Imagine living up there. It looks amazing now, but winter? Living on a mountain like that? Only in Switzerland. So beautiful. It's indescribable. From up here, the geography finally makes sense. Thun on one side, Brienz on the other, and Interlaken right in the middle. Snowy peaks, blue lakes, and that skinny river connecting them. It's like nature's perfect layout. Get an idea of how steep it is. This is definitely worth it. It's one of those experiences that sticks with you, especially on a day like this. Interlaken has it all. Hiking trails, shimmering lakes, and in winter, world-class skiing just minutes away. Summer's lively, winter's pure postcard perfection. This trip's all about panoramic trains, but I'd happily come back just to slow down here. It's the kind of town that feels genuinely Swiss. Peaceful, tidy, and surrounded by ridiculous beauty. Easily one of the best spots we've seen. I'm standing on our deck of our hotel room, and these guys are coming right down in front of us. This is the thing to do here. Like you do the parasailing. This and the funicular that we did yesterday are the two things that are to do here. They're waving at me. Love it. Okay. They literally jump off cliffs with a parachute and a smile. I'm out. Would you do it? Brave enough to fly like that? And we have the landing spot right here, right down below us. Good morning. And how would you like to wake up to a view like this? It's beautiful. And today we're going to be taking the Golden Pass Express. It's a panoramic train that's going to take us to Montreux, which is the French part of Switzerland. Right now we're in the German part of Switzerland. And last night we had sausage and German beer. And tonight we'll have wine and hopefully a beautiful French dinner.
I read somewhere that they even have palm trees. They call it the Swiss Riviera. Montreux is famous with Freddie Mercury used to live there. There is a monument there. Like our hotel is going to be right on the shore of Lake Geneva. We're going to take a walk there. We're going to see the monument of Freddie Mercury. If there is a museum or something, we'll check it out. But the big part about traveling to Switzerland is those panoramic trains with the great views, like floor to ceiling windows. We're going first class, and we're taking you with us.
It's time to say goodbye to Interlaken. The Golden Pass Express is next. The Golden Pass Express isn't just transport. It's a front row seat to Switzerland changing moods. In 3 hours, you go from alpine peaks to Riviera vibes. The ride starts along Lake Thun. It's deep teal water and tiny villages sliding past like scenes from a painting. Out here, the landscape is dotted with these huge wooden homes. They're tall, slanted roofs, wide balconies, and bright flowers hanging under every window. The cows graze nearby, and we keep asking ourselves, do they share those massive homes? Or is there a barn we can't see? The countryside feels timeless. Every meadow is carefully kept. Every village is perfectly placed. We've seen plenty of rural beauty before, but this is something else entirely. Passing these wide green fields and misty mountains, we see cows everywhere, with bells shining as they graze. In Switzerland, they're more than livestock. They're a tradition, economy, and pride. The milk and cheese they produce are as much as a symbol as the Alps themselves. We're in Zermatt, and at this point they're going to actually change the cogs on the train so that we can start climbing steeper for the rest of the trip. They've engineered a process where they can literally just change out the wheels on the train and no one even knows it's happening. What do you think, Sarko?
I don't like it.
Look closely. You'll notice double rails built for different track widths and terrain. So after we left Weissamann, you can really tell we're doing some major climbing now. Oh, look at this. Gosh, the valleys, even high in the mountains. Everything looks perfectly kept. Is it nature or maintenance? Either way, Switzerland's beauty is everywhere, finally living up to the hype. We're doing some switchbacks now, going straight up.
Must be some great skiing here.
Oh my gosh. Traveling doesn't get any better than this. Massive windows framing the Alps. A Swiss cheese platter in front of you. And a nice cold local beer to finish it off. Switchbacks. We're going down the mountain now, and honestly, the view hasn't changed. It's still ridiculous. Switzerland doesn't really have a bad side, does it?
That's airport.
Yeah, they have an airport right there. The train glides right through a ski resort. It's just one of more than 350 that are scattered across Switzerland's endless winter playground. We're coming into Château D, and believe it or not, now we're in Frenchland. One turn, and suddenly the mountain ends. Straight below, Lake Geneva, spreads out like an endless, shimmering sea. Oh, palm trees. Yep, different climate here. It's very weird. Now, I see why they call it the Swiss Riviera. The cows and meadows are gone, replaced by vineyards and palm trees. The climate changes, the buildings change. It feels like you've crossed borders. We've crossed into the French side, same country, totally different world. Look at this vineyard. Wow, looks like Little Italy. It looks like it's so different. The climate must really change here on Lake Geneva. In our next episode, our Swiss train adventure continues. We'll explore Montreux and then ride on to Zermatt. Join us as we keep rolling through Switzerland and beyond.